Okay, so what I'm about to tell you is going to sound absolutely insane, but stay with me because this will completely change how you see success and failure. There's this ancient wisdom that reveals the exact psychological trap that keeps 95% of people stuck in mediocrity their entire lives. And the crazy part is, you're probably caught in it right now without even realizing it. By the end of this, you'll either feel extremely uncomfortable because you'll recognize yourself, or you'll have the blueprint to break free. Either way, you need to hear this. Here's what nobody tells you. There's a fundamental difference between people who achieve their dreams and people who just dream. And it's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even hard work. The ancient texts identified something they called the three gates to self-destruction. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that every single person who's failed at something important has walked through at least one of these gates. The three gates are desire, anger, and greed. Now, before you click away thinking this is some moral lecture, let me show you exactly how these three things are scientifically destroying your potential right now. Let's start with desire, but not the desire that motivates you. I'm talking about the toxic desire that makes you miserable. It's when you want something so badly that you can't function without it. When you scroll through social media feeling empty because someone else has what you want. When you buy things you don't need to fill a void you don't understand. This type of desire literally hijacks your dopamine system and keeps you in a constant state of craving and dissatisfaction. The ancient scholars knew this thousands of years ago, that unchecked desire doesn't lead to fulfillment, it leads to suffering. And here's the brutal truth. Most people spend their entire lives chasing the next desire without ever stopping to ask if they even want what they are chasing. Then comes anger, and this is the silent killer of potential. Think about how much mental energy you waste being angry at traffic, at your boss, at politicians, at people who wronged you years ago. The ancient wisdom calls anger a gate to hell, and here's why that's not dramatic. Anger literally clouds your judgment and makes you destroy the very things you're trying to build. I've seen people ruin million-dollar opportunities because they couldn't control their temper for 5 minutes. I've seen relationships implode because someone chose being right over being happy. Anger gives you a temporary feeling of power while systematically dismantling everything you've worked for. But here's where it gets really disturbing. The third gate is greed. And greed isn't just about money. It's about never being satisfied, always wanting more, stepping on others to get ahead, cutting corners because you want results faster. It's the entrepreneur who burns bridges because he only sees people as tools. It's the employee who hoards information instead of sharing knowledge. It's the person who can't celebrate others' success because they're too busy comparing. Greed creates a scarcity mindset where there's never enough, and people operating from greed always end up isolated and empty no matter how much they accumulate. Now here's the part that should terrify you. These three gates work together. Unfulfilled desire leads to anger. Anger mixed with desire creates greed. Greed creates more desire. It's a vicious cycle, and the ancient masters observed that this cycle literally destroys your soul, your authentic self, your potential, your peace of mind, everything that makes you human. They said that people who enter through these gates are heading towards self-destruction. And when you look at modern society, the addiction rates, the depression epidemic, the breakdown of communities, you realize they were absolutely right. But, and this is crucial, the ancient text doesn't just identify the problem, it gives you the solution. It says to abandon these three gates, not suppress them, not feel guilty about them, but consciously choose to step away from them. Replace toxic desire with purpose. Replace anger with understanding. Replace greed with contribution. And I know what you're thinking, that sounds impossible. But here's what's wild. The most successful, most fulfilled people you know have already done this. They want things but aren't enslaved by wanting. They have standards but don't rage when things don't go their way. They accumulate wealth but aren't consumed by accumulation. So here's your reality check. Every day, you're either walking towards these three gates or away from them. Every time you feel envious scrolling social media, that's desire. Every time you snap at someone because you're frustrated, that's anger. Every time you try to win at someone else's expense, that's greed. And every single time you choose differently, you're literally rewiring your brain for success. The ancient wisdom that identified these patterns 3,000 years ago is the same wisdom that neuroscience confirms today. The question is, which gate are you going to close first?